Autumn is always the season for the year's biggest, most hyped game releases. 2015 has played host to some huge games already, but here are 7 more that will hit before the year is over. It might be hard to believe, but it's been nearly 10 years since these rhythm game titans started fighting it out. Activision and Harmonix went back and forth releasing game after game for a few years while the market was hot, but neither series has had an entry since 2010. Now, both games are back. Rock Band 4 will stick to its roots, while Guitar Hero Live abandons the old formulas. Maybe these old names will reignite the market. Speaking of old names, Electronic Arts is rebooting the Need for Speed franchise with a new game, called Need for Speed. It's always been one of the world's biggest racing franchises, but uneven sales and critical response to recent titles pushed the company to re-examine what made the series successful in the first place. So they've listened to fan feedback and promised this new game will be more in line with what gamers want. Another game with a simplified name. The new Hitman revamps many of the features and killing/espionage tactics that Agent 47 is known for. Hitman's maps will be bigger, the enemy AI will be smarter, and the famous instinct mode will return. Ubisoft have had a rough go of it lately, releasing a slew of buggy and ill-received games. Last year's Assassin's Creed Unity was probably the poster child for broken games, and became something of a punchline for a while. However, this year's release, Syndicate, is promised to be a much smoother experience, mostly because there won't be any multiplayer features this time around. Yep, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is single player only. For now. To be fair, Microsoft did release the Master Chief Collection last year, which had a multiplayer beta for Halo 5. But Halo 5 will be released in October on its own, complete with the next chapter in the story of Master Chief and the UNSC. What it won't have is local multiplayer or campaign co-op. If you want to team up with or play against anyone, they'll have to have their own systems and their own games. Still, despite fans' negative response to the news, Halo 5 is probably the biggest release of 2015. Except maybe compared to Fallout 4.
Oh, it's really you!
This Fallout, despite its name, is actually the 5th entry in the franchise, assuming you count 2011's New Vegas. When Bethesda officially announced the game 2 weeks before E3, fans went nuts. The series is well known and well loved for its community, who openly create and support mods. It's been a few years since we've gotten a Fallout game though, so anticipation for Fallout 4 is through the roof, and it may prove to be the biggest game of this year.